Somehow there was some incongruity there between the music and what you were watching, but what you were watching was what a lot of people in America watch, wrestling, professional wrestling, said to be the third most popular spectator sport in the country. We're talking with two men deeply involved in that, Matt Borne and Buddy Rose, two men who appear frequently on the Portland scene and around the country, as a matter of fact. We know you have questions for them, so we'll go to the phones right now. Hi, you're on the air.
Hi there. My son is 11, and he just wouldn't miss Saturday night wrestling, and I have a real hard time. I'm not so sure it's as violent as he thinks it is, but with all the blood and whatnot, I have a hard time, just sitting there not saying anything, and having him feel that this is totally acceptable behavior. Do you think it'll have any impact on your younger audience?
Thanks for calling, Buddy.
Well, I'll just put it this way: it's 1981, and our society nowadays accepts blood and guts a little more than they did 10 years ago, and I just want to say that a lot of times on professional wrestling there is a lot of wrestlers cut up because it is a rough sport. It's it's the toughest sport that I feel in professional sports. I'm in it. You can see my head. You can see, and I've got lumps on my head. I've got scar tissue on my head. I've gotten teeth knocked out. I've bled a lot. Matt Borne has bled a lot. A lot of the wrestlers have bled a lot, and it's just a rough sport, and it's going to happen. And it's more or less, put it this way, you can do anything to your opponent within a 4 count, and if you go till 5, you're disqualified. But you can do a lot of things to your opponent in professional wrestling within a 4 count without getting disqualified, and that's why a lot of wrestlers are hurt, and that's the way it is. It's a rough, tough sport.
Matt, if you were talking to young people, what would you say to them about this? You know the possibility for injury there, but you're an athlete first. Isn't that true? You don't just go out and throw people around.
Yes, I'm an athlete. I wrestled Milwaukee High School. I played football. But if I was to talk to young people about this today, I wouldn't try to talk anybody into taking it on as a profession. I did it myself because I've lived in it. My father did it for years and years, and it's been good to us.
I got to say something here. His sister told me one time that his dad was bleeding when Matt was about 11 years old, 10 years old. And she said that Matt said to her dad, "I'm never going to be a wrestler." He was all worried. But I look at it this way, and I think he does too. The older you get, the more mature you get, you'll understand a little more. And now he's professional wrestling, and he's been cut up a lot. And you think that way when you're 11, but as you grow up and mature, you understand more.
Okay, let's try another call. Hi, you're on the air.
Yes, I've been watching wrestling off and on, and I really like the way Matt Borne wrestles. I'd like to direct my question to Buddy Rose and find out what is it that makes him go after the other wrestlers when they're down. Is there something in him that wants to kill somebody, or what is it?
Thanks for calling.
Money. I'm going after every buck I can get because I want to get out of professional wrestling as soon as I can. In other words, I want to make as many bucks as I can. I want to be on top as long as I can. I want to win as much as I can. I want to get as many championship belts as I can. And if I can do this, I'm only 28 years old. I've been doing it 7 years. And if I can do it right for another 3, just like I have been, and keep my reputation, I don't care if I hurt them or beat them or what I have to do. I will be retired at 30 where you're still working at 65. And I'll be rich and I'll be happy. Traveling, seeing the world with my wife and living it up.
Okay. Next question. Hi, you're on the air.
Do you have sponsors, or who pays your salary?
Good question. Thanks for calling. How do you get paid?
Don Owens pays us. He's the promoter of Northwest Wrestling, and he makes out our contracts. Everybody's on a separate contract according to their name, and I must say Buddy Rose is the highest paid wrestler and one of the most highest paid wrestlers in the country. And you work it out on your own with Don Owens. You meet an agreement. Everybody's on their own.
Winners and losers get paid the same?
No.
No.
It's everybody is on a guarantee. All wrestlers are on a guarantee, whether there's 500 people at the matches or 10,000. You're going to make so much. But then again, it's the winner does make more than the loser. Like, for instance, if I was wrestling Matt Borne and I won the match on a nice sellout crowd, you can make a nice $1,500, $2,000, but the loser's only going to get 12 to 15. There's a $500 difference it could be, $800 difference.
Which would just take care of the Blue Cross premium.
Right.
Okay. Hi, you're on the air.
Yes,
Yes, I would like to know why it is that Sandy Barr, as the referee, allows in the tag team matches when one wrestler will get over near the ropes of the opponent's corner, he will allow the other wrestlers to batter at the one wrestler at a disadvantage.
Thanks for calling. That's a fair question. It does appear that the referees aren't as
She wasn't
involved.
listening earlier in the show. I said you got a 4 count to break, and he counts to 4, ma'am. He counts to 4, and if you don't break by 4, he disqualifies you. All you got to do is lift your hands and raise them for a second, and you can go back to that man.
But that's different. The involvement of the referee is different than it is in boxing, for instance.
Right,
It seems like the referee is much more a part of the action.
You got to bear in mind too, when you're watching these tag team matches, there's 4 wrestlers in the ring, and when you got guys in the ring like Buddy Rose and his partners, they're always pulling these sneaky little things, and the referee's got 4 guys to watch, and when 2 guys are doing something, it's gonna cause the other 2 to come in to help or interference or something. The referee's got 4 guys to take care of, and you know, all kinds of things.
Gentlemen, I want to interrupt. I want to play arbitrator here for just a second, because we do want to let folks know where they can catch Buddy Rose and Matt Borne in their next scheduled appearances. Tonight they'll be in Yakima at the J.M. Perry Institute. Then on Saturday, back at the Portland Sports Arena, 8:30 Saturday night here in Portland. Gentlemen, thank you both for coming down and talking with us today and showing us how you earn your living. And I do mean earn. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be back after this.